So Dube's obviously just a bit of a brief stay here after Kelowna's season ended, but any takeaways for you in your handful of now regular season experience here in pros?
Yeah, I think for myself, I got what I needed. I think just being able to have this confidence going into the summer, and the last games here were all almost playoff games, so it was good to get that intensity. And the end of the season is always the hardest, so it was nice to see that and what the league's all about. So it definitely gives me a lot of confidence going to summer. But would have been nice, obviously, to go a little further with these guys. But I was pretty thankful for the way they took me in.
For you, obviously, we talked about a little earlier your season, and you're kind of known as a prolific playmaker and definitely have a ton of assists that you've racked up over the years in Kelowna and here. You pick up a 3-game assist streak at the tail end of the season. You still looking for that first goal, but overall, were you pleased and happy with your offensive output here?
Yeah, it was good. I think I was just trying to get comfortable and be able to play the way I can. And obviously, there's some confidence factor in the start, and I was a little nervous towards the start in a couple of games. But yeah, I think I settled in a little bit there. Obviously, looking for that first one, but I think I was just trying to get better every single game, and I think I did that. So it was nice, and lots of credit to the guys for helping me out, because it's nerve-wracking coming having to play with men, and it's just a different atmosphere. So I enjoyed the time I was here, though.
So last year, obviously, just the one game in the playoffs, so you obviously felt that intensity. This one was a little bit of a longer look, and you get a little bit more experience against those pros. So what, to you, do you think has been the biggest adjustment from going from Kelowna and playing against kids 18 to 21 years old and now playing against grown men?
I think the game's a little bit easier. Obviously, it comes to you sometimes here. You gotta play the right way, and always be on the ball, always thinking. It's just a little bit quicker, a little bit stronger, and I think when you adjust to it, it's fun to play in, because lots of guys are making plays, and it's a good league. So overall, I had a lot of fun playing in it, and it was very competitive in those last games. So it was a good note to end my season on.
When you look, obviously, you do have that overage year of eligibility in junior, but is your mind focused completely on making either the Calgary Flames or the Stockton Heat coming up next year?
Yeah, for sure. I think, I said my goodbyes in Kelowna, and it's time to move on, and wherever that's going to be, I'm going to put the work in this summer to have a chance to give myself to do that.
For you, obviously, the goal is going to be making Calgary, and you've gotten a little bit of pro experience. You produced well here at the American Hockey League level. What is it that you feel you have to do this summer to try and maybe put the best foot forward going into all those fall training camps where you can, in fact, put yourself in a position to fight for a job in Calgary?
Yeah, I think for myself in Calgary, I showed well. I think now that I have that chance to be a pro and have the age that I am a pro now. So I think before it was just kind of maturity and show them that I can come in and handle what they go through, the travel and everything they do, how many games they play. So I think just being ready for what's going to come throughout camp and show them that my maturity's there.
For you now, if this is the end for your junior career, highlight for the entire juniors has to be this gold medal victory that you guys picked up while you were wearing the C for Team Canada, is it not?
Yeah, I think, personally it was, but for being in Kelowna, I think my first year being able to go to the Memorial Cup, it was tough. Still fell short in the overtime, but overall being in Kelowna, that was probably the coolest thing that's happened. But I think obviously just the freshest memory was the World Juniors, and being able to be a part of that was still something that almost hasn't sunk in.
You were at the tail end of the season, line mates with Spencer Foo a little bit once he came back from Calgary, and here's two guys, young guys that could be anchors for years to come in Calgary. Is it fun playing with a guy like that has, just like you, fighting for opportunities up in Calgary, and you saw the kind of work that he has put in, and obviously he earned his opportunity in Calgary here, but you could be right following in his footsteps.
Yeah, no, I think I was really happy for him. He moved down to Calgary in the summer, and we spent a lot of time together, and I was happy for him to be able the opportunity, and I thought he played really well. I watched all of his games, and I was happy for him to get a couple of goals, and obviously that's a lot of confidence for him heading into next year. And I think, the second half that he had here was pretty incredible, and he obviously did very well. So I think he has a really good chance to be on the team next year.
What about you guys together, though? Maybe down the line, playing on a same line in Calgary. I mean, that's a lot of speed that could counter a lot of good NHL clubs as well.
Yeah, that's tough to think about. Obviously, that's a dream to be there with someone that you've been working with for a long time, and obviously it was pretty cool to go through what he did. Obviously, he picked Calgary for a reason. He wants to be there, so for me and him to be there together, it'd be pretty special, and hopefully that does happen.
And obviously, it's been a long, long year for you, getting an opportunity now to maybe take a bit of a breather away from the game of hockey. So, any fun summer plans that you're looking forward to this summer?
I think I might just stay in Kelowna for a bit. Obviously, I've never really got to enjoy that place as much as normally going to the beach or something, just because so much hockey. But yeah, it's nice. I think had a lot of playoff games in Kelowna and haven't had as much time to kind of relax and unwind and kind of get some personal time. So it's going to be nice this year, and probably just stay in Kelowna for a bit.
Awesome. Thanks, Dillon.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.